Is the most beloved couple on the cobbles already doomed by a ghost from the past? Was Lisa Swain's recent hesitation just a simple human mistake, or was it a calculated betrayal that Carla Connor simply cannot survive? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we are stripping back the layers of Weatherfield's most intense power couple to ask a question that's been keeping us all up at night. Is it officially over for Swarla? To understand the sheer magnitude of the betrayal fans are predicting, we have to look at the psychological warfare currently being waged by Lisa Swain. We're talking about a woman who was presumed dead for 4 years. She was a wife who left Lisa in a state of suspended grief, only to return with a level of narcissism that borders on the sociopathic. In my opinion, Becky isn't just back for her wife. She's back to dismantle Carla's entire sense of security. When Becky first reappeared from Spain, she didn't just walk back into the rover's return. She slinked back into Lisa's psyche. Well, think about it. Becky understands Lisa's fixer personality better than anyone else. She knows that by playing the vulnerable drunk ex, she triggers Lisa's professional and personal protective instincts. This isn't love, is it? It's more like a hostage situation of the heart. The emotional insight here is devastating for Carla. Imagine finally finding a partner who takes the mental load, as Carla described Lisa, only to realize that partner is still mentally carrying their dead ex-wife. The situation escalated to a truly chilling level when Becky literally imprisoned Carla in a gloomy, cramped cupboard while pretending to be her on social media. From a psychological perspective, this is the ultimate erasure of identity. Becky wasn't just hiding Carla. She was replacing her. The sheer terror Carla must have felt, gagged and trapped while her life was being hijacked by a ghost, is a trauma that would break even the new Elsie Tanner. My take: this isn't just a dark plot. It's a targeted strike on Carla's greatest fear, being powerless and replaced. We really have to talk about the moment that has fans screaming betrayal at their TV screens, that Christmas Eve kiss. While Lisa insisted it meant nothing, the analysis tells a different story. This wasn't just a physical slip, it was a psychological retreat. Lisa, the no-nonsense detective, proved that she is actually very susceptible to the nonsense of her past. Internally, Lisa is likely drowning in a toxic cocktail of guilt and unresolved grief. She spent years investigating corruption and death, only to have the source of her pain walk back through the door. Lisa isn't betraying Carla with Becky. She's betraying the person she became with Carla to return to the person she was before. It's a classic case of regression, don't you think? But for Carla, who has survived factory fires, rapes, and kidney failure, this hesitation from Lisa feels like the final nail in the coffin of her trust. When Carla fumed about buying a house together, the hurt on her face wasn't just about real estate. It was about the investment of her soul. I honestly believe Carla is reaching her suffering quota. If you look at her history, she has been systematically targeted by storyliners for decades: miscarriages, deaths of husbands, and psychological breakdowns. Lisa was supposed to be the safe space, but by letting Becky in for even a second, Lisa has turned that safe space into a crime scene. Why does Lisa act this way? As a detective sergeant, she is trained to deal with chaos, but she is failing to apply that logic to her own living room. She's a fixer who is currently trying to fix a broken glass by cutting her own hands on the shards. She reacted to Becky's return not with the suspicion of a cop, but with the desperation of a woman who never got to say goodbye. Carla, on the other hand, is the ultimate survivor. But even survivors get tired, right? The psychological layer here is survivor's fatigue. Carla has spent years fighting off villains like Tony Gordon and Frank Foster. She shouldn't have to fight a dead wife for her partner's attention. My opinion is that Carla's willingness to forgive Lisa for the Becky situation stems from her own deep-seated insecurity about being worthy of a healthy relationship after so much trauma. There's a hidden emotional layer to Carla's tough exterior. She likes that Lisa takes on the mental load because Carla has been the one carrying everyone else's baggage for 20 years. When Lisa falters, Carla doesn't just lose a partner. She loses her protector. This explains why the fans are so protective of her. They see a woman who has finally let her guard down, only to have her heart stepped on by a woman who is supposed to be the law and order of Weatherfield. Fast forward to the wedding, or should I say, the wedding that almost wasn't. When the Chariot Square hotel flooded, Carla's immediate reaction was to throw her toys out of the pram. This wasn't just anger over a venue. It was a manifestation of her fear that the universe will never let her be happy. To Carla, a flooded hotel isn't an accident. It's an omen. Lisa, ever the pragmatic fixer, staged a ruse. She tricked Carla into thinking they were just having a meal, only to unveil a wedding arch. This was Lisa's way of proving her loyalty, but was it enough? Some fans think it was a beautiful, intimate gesture. Others see it as a desperate attempt to pave over the cracks left by Becky's manipulation. The emotional insight here is that Carla needs to feel loved by her community. That's why the surprise reception at Underworld was her favorite part. Those factory workers are her family because the Connor clan has always been so dysfunctional. Being celebrated in her safe place, the factory, was a massive psychological win for her. But as we know in So Planned, when things feel this perfect, the floor is usually about to fall through, just as Swarla officially became the Connor Swains. A scream echoed through the night. This is the ultimate escalation. Betsy, Lisa's daughter, finds a body. It allows Lisa to avoid the domesticity that she claimed to want but might actually be terrified of after the Becky trauma. For Carla, this is just another example of her life being hijacked by drama. She postponed her honeymoon to take care of a traumatized Betsy, once again putting her own needs last. We cannot overlook Betsy Swain's role in this unraveling. She's the one who finds the body, and she's the one who has had to witness her mother's tug-of-war with a dead woman. Psychologically, Betsy is a ticking time bomb. She has inherited her mother's tough exterior but lacks the professional training to process the horrors she's seeing. Lisa is trying to be a supportive mother, but she's also a cop who is under pressure from a new DI who wants everything done by the book. The tension here is palpable. Lisa is caught between her duty as a mother, her duty as a cop, and her duty as a new wife. If she pushes Betsy too hard for information, she risks breaking their bond. If she doesn't push hard enough, she risks letting a killer go free on her watch. I think Betsy knows more than she's letting on. The fact that she knew the victim suggests that the secrets in the Swain household go much deeper than Becky's return. This creates a micro cliffhanger for the couple. Can their marriage survive a police interrogation in their own kitchen? When Kit Green starts doing his tense interrogations, will he find inconsistencies in Lisa's story? Now, let's get into the future impact. Fans are predicting a shocking betrayal, and I think they're right, but it won't be another kiss. The real betrayal will be professional. I predict that the murder investigation will lead back to Becky's time in Spain or her return to the street. Lisa, in a desperate attempt to protect her family, or perhaps out of lingering guilt, might suppress evidence or tip Becky off. Lisa might choose her past over Carla's future. This would be the ultimate betrayal of Carla's trust, not just as a wife, but as a person who has always been on the wrong side of the law's protection. If Lisa crosses that line, there is no coming back. Carla has spent her life being manipulated by people who use their power to silence her. If the woman she loves uses the power of the badge to protect a villain like Becky, Carla's psyche will shatter. The consequences would be a return to the psychotic episode, levels of trauma for Carla. We might see the fearless and feisty Carla disappear again, replaced by the broken woman who is seen wandering barefoot and hearing voices. Furthermore, look at the list of potential victims: Theo, Carl, Jody, Maggie, and Megan. If the victim is someone like Theo, who is abusing Todd, and the investigation reveals Lisa had a chance to stop it but was too distracted by Becky, the fallout will be massive. The Connor Swains might find that their name is synonymous with failure rather than history-making love. The reason this storyline is hitting so hard is that it touches on the universal fear of being not enough. Carla is a titan of industry, but she is clearly feeling like she is not enough to keep Lisa's eyes from wandering back to the past. It's an insecurity grounded in her trauma of being slut-shamed and powerless in her previous exits. Lisa's betrayal, whether physical with a kiss or emotional with her hesitation, taps into that trauma. Psychologically, this is double betrayal. It's the betrayal of the partner and the betrayal of the safe space. Fans are declaring she's coming back because they recognize that a villain this narcissistic doesn't just go to prison and stay quiet. She is a ticking time bomb. And what about Peter Barlow? Fans are still calling for his return. Peter is the comfortable trauma. Fans want him back because his toxicity is at least familiar. Lisa represents a new, potentially better life, but the betrayal makes that life feel like a lie. If Peter returns, he won't be there to save Carla. He'll be there to say, "I told you so," further eroding her self-worth. As they move into their first home, the challenges are piling up. We have Carla's sepsis-related kidney issues, Rob's return, and now a murder. The show is building a pressure cooker. Every time they try to have a quiet conversation or a daily routine, a new disaster strikes. Coronation Street is testing if a happy, sapphic couple can actually exist without being defined by tragedy. While it's history-making, it's also exhausting, isn't it? Every 2 or 3 sentences of their dialogue seems to be interrupted by a siren or a scream. The betrayal, predicted by fans, might actually be the audience's own sense of betrayal if the show doesn't allow these women a moment of genuine peace. The fact that Swarla trended repeatedly shows the investment, but that investment comes with a high price. Fans are glued to their screens, but they are also grimly predicting the E and D. So, let's wrap this up. Is it truly over? While executive producers have promised a romantic spring and a happy ever after, we know better than to take a soap producer's word as gospel, don't we? In Weatherfield, a happy ending is often just the beginning of a new nightmare. The shocking betrayal might be the revelation that Lisa has known about Becky's corruption all along. If Lisa has been covering for her dead wife for years, the foundation of her relationship with Carla is built on a lie that no amount of wedding arches can fix. Lisa's pragmatism might be her undoing. She thinks she can fix the Becky problem quietly, but secrets in soaps have a way of screaming louder than any murder victim. I disagree with the fans who think Carla should just move on. Carla has finally found someone who listens to her, who respects her as a businesswoman, and who mostly stands by her. But I also think Carla needs to find her feisty side again. She shouldn't be the one waiting in a closet. She should be the one leading the charge to bring Becky down. The betrayal will only be final if Carla allows it to be. Imagine this for a second. You've spent years building up walls. You've survived factory fires, you've dealt with toxic exes, and you've even made it through a life-threatening kidney crisis. Finally, you find someone who actually sees you. Someone who takes the mental load off your shoulders. But then, just as you're starting to breathe again, a ghost from the past walks through the door. And not just any ghost. We're talking about a wife who was supposed to be dead. This is the nightmare Carla Connor is living right now, and honestly, it's got the entire Coronation Street fanbase on edge. Is it really over for Carla? Are we watching the slow-motion car crash of the cobble's most loved couple? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are diving deep into the Swarla saga today because, let's be real, Weatherfield has rarely felt this intense or this unpredictable. We're breaking down the history, the heartbreak, and that one burning question, as Lisa Swain already betrayed Carla in a way that can't be fixed. To really get why this is hitting us all so hard, we have to look at Carla herself. Allison King has played this role with so much heart for years. Carla is iconic. She's the new Elsie Tanner, right? Tough as nails on the outside, but underneath all that businesswoman armor, she's got a painfully soft spot when it comes to love. And then comes Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain. When Lisa showed up, she was this no-nonsense detective, a single mom just trying to handle her daughter Betsy. She was carrying the grief of losing her wife, Becky, who everyone thought died in the line of duty. When Lisa and Carla found each other, it felt different. It wasn't just another soap romance. It was built on honesty and vulnerability. Fans were so on board that they dubbed them Swarla almost immediately. The chemistry was just undeniable. When Lisa got down on one knee outside Underworld in September 2025, we were all cheering. It felt like Carla finally got her win. But this is Coronation Street. They don't just let people be happy for long. The past didn't just knock on the door, it smashed it down. Becky Swain, the dead wife, returned. And she wasn't just back. She was back with a mission. She wanted Lisa back, and she wanted to destroy everything Carla had built. Think about the psychological warfare here. Becky spent 4 years hiding in Spain, and the moment she reappeared, she started playing on Lisa's guilt. She was manipulative, she showed up drunk, and she found every single crack in Carla and Lisa's relationship. And then, the moment that made us all gasp, the kiss. Becky and Lisa shared a kiss on Christmas Eve. Now, Lisa told Carla it meant nothing. She said she was just caught in a vulnerable moment. But put yourself in Carla's shoes. You just bought a house with this woman. You've invested your soul into this new life. Hearing that your partner kissed their dead ex is a gut punch you might never recover from. You could see the hurt on Carla's face. It was one of Allison King's best performances, honestly. But here's the thing that makes this so complicated. Lisa isn't a villain. She's a woman caught in an impossible spot. She's being pulled between her old life and her new one, between grief and genuine love. Vicky Myers plays this so well. You can see the doubt in her eyes. You can see how much she wants to choose Carla, but Becky knows exactly how to trigger Lisa's fixer personality. And while this was happening, Becky's plot got even darker. She didn't just want to win Lisa's heart. She wanted Carla gone. Literally. She kidnapped Carla. She gagged her and trapped her in a cramped, gloomy cupboard in Spain while using Carla's phone to send messages, making it look like Carla had just moved on. Imagine the terror Carla felt. Trapped, silenced, while someone else hijacked her entire life. This is the ultimate erasure of who she is. Becky wasn't just hiding her, she was replacing her. Now, Lisa eventually made the right choice. She arrested Becky and reconciled with Carla. And the show's bosses have tried to reassure us. Kate Brooks mentioned a romantic spring and a happy ever after for the pair. But do we really believe that? In Weatherfield, a happy ending usually just means the writers are setting you up for a bigger fall. Even though they're heading toward a wedding, that betrayal, the hesitation Lisa showed, it lingers. It's like a crack in a foundation. You can paint over it, but you know it's there. And as we move into the wedding drama, things just get more chaotic. Let's talk about that wedding for a second. It was supposed to be at the Chariot Square Hotel, but then the venue flooded. For someone like Carla, who sees bad luck around every corner, that felt like an omen. She was devastated. She threw her toys out of the pram, as Allison King put it. She felt like the universe was telling her she shouldn't be happy. But Lisa, being the fixer she is, didn't give up. She pulled off this incredible surprise. She lured Carla to a quiet corner with a wedding arch, and they exchanged vows right there. It was intimate and sweet. And then, the reception at the factory. Underworld is Carla's safe place. Having her work family there to celebrate her was a huge psychological win. They officially became the Connor Swains. It was history-making, the first sapphic couple to successfully tie the knot on the cobbles. But the celebration didn't even last the night. Just as they were watching the fireworks, a terrible scream echoed through the street. Betsy, Lisa's daughter, found a body. Talk about a mood killer. Their honeymoon was postponed before it even started because Lisa had to step back into her role as DS Lisa Connor Swain. And this is where the new betrayal might be hiding. Lisa admitted she was itching to get back out there because she'd been under so much pressure. Is she using this murder investigation as an escape? It's a lot easier for her to chase a killer than it is to deal with the emotional fallout of her ex-wife kidnapping her new wife. Internally, Lisa probably feels more at home with logic and evidence than she does with the messy feelings in her own living room. And who is the victim? We've got 5